Do it.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Hour of Power radio show. We're going to be taking the shot of beer once a minute for about the next half an hour. If you're out there listening, we want to hear from you. The email address is hourofpowershow@gmail.com. We're going to be answering any questions that you guys have, so please send us in some questions. We've been doing a lot of sports right now, but now we're moving into more nonsense. So basically right now, we'll take any questions you have. You can also find us on Facebook, Hour of Power Show. Find us on Twitter, Hour of Power Show. As you can see, a theme going on here. And so let us know that you're out there. Let us know that you're listening. Make sure to friend us and follow us.
Did you say on Facebook it's Hour of Power Show?
It's not Hour of Power Show.
Hour of Power Radio Show.
Hour of Power Radio Show.
Because this is the radio.
And I think that the crazy people on the God channel took the other one.
They did. It was golf lovers. All right. We're going to move into sports on the half hour. We already kind of covered golf. That's all you need to know. The Cubs are leading the Marlins 2-0 in the top of the ninth. That one's close to going final, except Florida has 2-1 right now. Minnesota is beating Kansas City 8-3 in the bottom of the seventh. Colorado is beating Milwaukee 6-2 in the bottom of the sixth. San Diego and San Francisco are tied at 0-0 in the bottom of the third. No surprise there. Texas is beating Seattle 2-0 in the top of the third. And finals today already are Cleveland over Baltimore 8-4, and the Blue Jays absolutely kicked the shit out of the Yankees 16-7.
Someone's getting fired.
Of course, they scored at least 8 runs during the first inning, which we saw.
Yeah, which we were kind of watching.
All right, so that's your scores on the half hour.
All right, so let's see here. What are we moving on to next?
All right, next we are going to go into...
Oh, the top 10 list. Okay.
Right.
So we talked a little bit about the NFL labor agreement earlier. This is half sports, half nonsense. Basically, so the NFL is the most popular sport in America, obviously. And it is one that both Ridley and I know very well. And it's one that we talk about all the time. I mean, it's something that we know and that we want to do. Which, even though I think we only have 9, because I actually don't think I came up with the last one.
Gotcha, don't worry.
All right, thank you. And so what we came up with was they're finally coming to an agreement, but if they hadn't, I mean, we needed something big to talk about, because honestly, we can only stall for so long. And so we needed to come up with something big. And so we thought of, okay, what are some big stories? What are some big topics that we can talk about that would replace the NFL? So here are the top 10 big stories that could replace the NFL.
Right.
I will start since the controversial one is number 8. All right. If Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character in The Game Plan goes up against Peyton Manning in a quarterback competition, who would win? Should the winner play Adam Sandler's character in that jail movie, The Longest Yard?
Yes.
So
I was gonna fix that.
So it's fictional, but it's more interesting than mid-season baseball.
This is true. All right, number 9. For all you rednecks out there, if NASCAR reversed course and started to drive in the opposite direction and making all right-hand turns, would we see an increase in left-handed drivers?
I think that's a good topic that we could bring up and talk a lot about.
It's a good sociological experiment. I think we should study it.
I agree. All right. Hold on. Will the menstruation cycle of the USA's women's goalies from the soccer team, will that affect her play and her goals against average? So far it hasn't, so we'll have to see how it does.
She's doing real well right now. It may be during an off week.
Maybe.
All right. Number 7, if the PBA made bowling balls on fire, would the people actually watch?
I think it could be interesting to see, definitely.
I may tune in for a frame or two. Maybe.
Number 6, could Manny Pacquiao defeat a kangaroo? I think that'd be fun to see, because there's nothing more funny than a kangaroo in boxing gloves.
That's right. And Manny Pacquiao is, pound for pound, the best fighter right now.
And he looks a little bit like a kangaroo.
All right. And John says he definitely watched the PBA, I think is what it is, if they had flaming bowling balls. All right, number 5. Is this the opportune time for bikini football to make its way onto the national main stage?
Yes.
I think so.
Bikini football all the way.
People want football. They need to see it in some sort of fashion. Why not bikini football?
See, this is another good topic that we could be talking about if there was no football.
The quarterback may not have the strongest arms, but she could have the biggest boobs.
What about if it was one guy on the team? Offensive line, wide receivers, running back, all women. Defense, all women. One guy, the quarterback. And he can sit there and just throw bombs to these women who are bouncing all over the place. All right, number 4.
Do you think he would care about getting sacked?
I don't think
Yeah,
he would care at all.
so either.
I think the number of sacks would increase exponentially.
Probably.
All right, number 4. If Tom Brady and Justin Bieber sat in a barber chair with clippers approaching their head, who would flinch first?
Oh, Bieber, that little bitch. He definitely would. I mean, Tom Brady would be scared, but Bieber would definitely flinch.
I mean, they just both have so awesome hairstyles.
Number 3, to replace fantasy football, fantasy American Idol. Right?
See, I think a lot of people
get 10 points if your player advances to the next round, right? Something like that.
I don't know. I don't watch American Idol.
If they perform a Whitney Houston solo, extra 2.5 points. I don't know. We can figure something out.
I think we could. Number 2, barbecue Olympics.
Hell yes. How has this not happened already?
I think that it should happen. I mean, they got the challenges on Food Network, but we could be talking about fantasy barbecue as well. I mean, barbecue Olympics. They could have so many different events. It would be awesome.
That's true.
Banner.
Yes.
Barbecue
And
Olympics.
the number 1 thing that we would talk about if the NFL continued to be locked out would be the Hour of Power radio show.
Yes,
of
we
course.
would. We would talk about this all the time.
Everybody would be
We want
talking
this to
about
grow. Everyone would talk
Best
about
sports segment ever.
it. Exactly. And if people are missing the hitting, we could start hitting each other during the game.
Yeah. Why
If
not?
people are missing passes, we could throw things at Ryan's head.
I think I should throw things at you guys though. That way they'd be able to see it.
Oh, I think that sounds like a good idea. Like just randomly, like nail Ridley in the head with like a softball or something.
Like,
What?
He
No?
looks like he's concentrating too hard and looks like he's just getting the mean face.
That will happen. All right. So now that we've finished our top 10, we're going to move into the hot girl off. Carl wants to know why nobody's chatting with him, and that's because nobody else can log into
I
Ustream.
wasn't expecting anybody to be chatting. So
All right, so we're going to move into the hot girl off. We'll give you a quick update. We finished last week with
maybe
Yvonne
we should
Strahovski versus Adrian Palicki. Adrian won. So this week we've got the Battle of That 70s Show with Laura Prepon versus Jennifer Lyons, who played Pam Macy and other random strippers during the show.
Yeah, as I looked it up, this was one of them that I came up with. Laura Prepon was, of course, whatever her name was, dating Eric.
Donna.
And so we had already done Mila Kunis, so we couldn't really do the two of them against each other. And honestly, it wouldn't be a fair fight.
No.
But Jennifer Lyons, she played the Pam Macy, who was always the whore of a person at their high school.
Girl that Kelsey always slept with.
Exactly. And then I looked her up on IMDb, and basically I think I saw about 4 or 5 different shows she was on, and she always played a stripper. So I figured, that'd be a good one that we could add on to there. So Laura Prepon and Jennifer Lyons. Look them up. We are going to be talking about them this week. We talked about them last week, right? Did we ever get a poll up?
No.
I don't think that way he did, yeah. So are we going to be decided on them this week? Or should we go till next week with these two?
Let's
This
go.
would normally be the time that we would decide.
Yeah. We'll decide. We've got enough.
This isn't going to be too hard. We got plenty of people here.
If we have a tie, we'll let it be. How about that?
I like it.
All right. Fair enough.
We'll wait and see if anyone, and we'll put it up on our Facebook page and see if anyone votes. And we'll also probably put up the other one as well. So those are the two. Look them up. Send your votes in right now. You can vote at hourofpowershow@gmail.com. You can send us information on Twitter as well as Facebook. You just have to let us know who you think is hotter. It is Laura Prepon and Jennifer Lyons.
Correct. The Mundo.
So take a look, let us know, and we should be good.
All right.
Are we getting close to break time, or is that just my internal clock?
It's your biological clock.
We're like another 5 minutes.
All right. So since we've got 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and rant a little bit. We're going to bring up the Jack Bieber of the week for those of you that are new to the show. It started off as the Jackass of the week. Then we thought, you know what? why don't we just call it the Bieber of the week? For one, we're emailing on corporate computers. Don't want to say jackass through corporate email.
This is true.
And two, Bieber just seemed to fit. And then all of a sudden, Matt's like, well, why don't we call it the Jack Bieber? Because that just sounds funny and like a character out of 24.
Exactly. And I think that it really works out very well. I mean, maybe an ancestor of Justin Bieber was Jack Bieber, but we won't know that. Maybe he was a nice guy. We won't know that. But in our little world that we have created here, Jack Bieber means a total asshole of the week.
That's right. And so with that, we are going to bring you this week's Jack Bieber of the week. And usually we'll bring you some story from the news of somebody that did something completely stupid. And trust me, there's plenty of people out there.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
However, this week I wanted to rant about somebody that a lot of you probably already know. This week's Bieber of the week is Derek Jeter. And the reason why is because Derek Jeter was, for some reason that is beyond me and probably only God can answer, was voted as the AL starter at shortstop. Derek Jeter's batting like 260, I think. He had 2 home runs at the time, maybe 20 RBIs. His WAR rating, which is wins above replacement, which is basically the value of what you're doing for your team, was negative. That's all you have to know right there. I mean, he was losing games for his team, and yet he was voted the AL All-Star starter. And so what does he do? He gets voted in, and then on Thursday, on Thursday he says, you know, I'm not going to make it. I'm not feeling well enough. I don't think I should do it. I'm pretty exhausted right now. Blah blah blah. He goes out on Saturday, has a 5-for-5 game, gets his 3,000th hit.
5-for-5 game. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
He gets his 3,000th hit, which is a home run to boot. Only Wade Boggs was the last person to do that.
That was pretty awesome.
And you know, he has this immaculate game, and all he has to do is go out to Arizona, say, you know what, I'm here, but you know, I don't want to play. That's fine. Goes out, gets his name called, gives, you know, a curtain call. Just soaks in the energy for all the people that wanted to see you out on the field. And you know, what does he do instead? He stays home. He goes to his.
He goes down to Florida.
He goes to his stupid home in Tampa.
He flies down to Florida to relax for a week.
Yeah, instead of, you know, the fans that are paying your $17 million a year salary for you to be overpaid, which we did a segment on about 2 weeks ago about how overpaid you are and how you have one of the worst contracts in baseball, yet you still can't show up for your fans. And for that, I think that, you know, you owe them a debt of service, because without them, there is no you, and you know that. You can't hear baseballs get hit by yourself. Nobody hears them.
Yeah.
So show your fans some respect and show up for the All-Star game and play an inning, whatever. It doesn't matter. Or at least just show up for, you know, and give them a wave. That's all they wanted. Instead, you had to be a jackass. And so therefore, you are the Bieber of the week.
And I would like to give NHL a little bit of credit. I mean, I know I'm a homer towards the NHL, but on the NHL All-Star game, unless you are unable to travel, you will be fined for not showing up if you're an All-Star. It doesn't mean you don't have to play. Like, if you're hurt, you don't have to play in the All-Star game, but you have to at least show up, glad hand all the sponsors that are there, show your face, give a wave, say hi, all that kind of stuff. They make you at least show up, and I think that's a great thing. I think so. Derek Jeter did not have to play. I don't blame him at all for not playing. He's been hurt most of the season. He was voted in because baseball is stupid when it comes to its All-Stars. It's not All-Stars. It's most popular stars.
And plus, he's in New York.
Yeah.
Which right there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And so, anyways, so that pisses me off to start with. But we might continue on that a little bit. But I think we're pretty close to breaking for a commercial. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. One way or the other, when we get back, we're going to talk more hot girls. We're going to do some Would You Rather, which is an awesome segment. So you want to stick around.
And we'll wrap up the show in the next segment. So stay right there.